Our product tracking reports have received a huge facelift, and in this video I want to show you what that means for you. Before I get into it, the long story short here is that we can now identify specific product identifiers that Google hides in a search results HTML. And so what this allows us is to track products, unique products, even when their titles change or when their main seller changes, their images change, the price change. You can basically change an entire product, but it can still be the same product. We all know that Google changes titles all the time. The pricing is dynamic. Product images change all the time. And maybe most importantly, the main seller that is ranking for a product changes all the time as well. Before, we weren't able to match the same products over time, but now with a hidden product identifier that Google hides on all the search results, we're able to match the same product over time reliably, even when all these factors change. And this is interesting. It's consistent across Google services. So even in regular search results, but also in AI mode, we can track that same product. Basically, this offers us a window in Google's shopping graph. How do certain products change over time inside Google's shopping graph, and how does that translate to visibility on Google's services? So I want to show you, and let's start with the product rankings report, because this has been improved quite a lot with this infrastructural improvement. This is a view that most of you are familiar with. We are tracking a query cast iron tagine pot in the US for the past 7 days, and we can see that more often than not there are 2 product carousels ranking on the first page of Google. Sometimes it's just 1. Anyway, this is a view that most of you are familiar with already. But if we take a look at the top seller here, or let's just take a scroll through all the products here, what you may see here is that we have updated how we show the sellers on this graph. If we take a look at this example, this Elva cookware nori tagine is ranking quite consistently on the top product carousel on the first page of Google. But what you can see with the colors of these lines is that the main seller changes quite frequently for this product. Because when we tracked it today, Target was the main seller, but that same product yesterday, the main seller was Wayfair. And the day before that, it was Home Depot. The product was priced $249 US. Yesterday it was priced $82.25 US. A completely different seller, a completely different price, but it is the same product. If we take a look at the number 1 ranking product for this query, we see this Cook Moroccan enameled cast iron tagine. It is sold by Nordstrom, or at least it was sold by Nordstrom today when it was tracked by Productrise. But if we go to the 23rd of August, that same product is sold by Target. And so that changes over time. If we focus on the seller Nordstrom here, you can see that they're ranking with just that one product, and they're taking the number 1 spot, except there are gaps when the same product is sold by another seller. And what that means is that the top seller that Google lists on the product listing, that is the most important thing. That's what we track at Productrise. And so when that changes, that will be reflected on this page. So that isn't to say that Nordstrom is completely invisible. It just won't be visible at the top of that product listing. Maybe it's ranking 2nd or 3rd or whatever. If we scroll down, we see a table that shows more granularity now. This top ranking product, the Cook Moroccan enameled tagine or whatever, we can see that the price range is ranging from $56 to $85. It is sold by 3 sellers and potentially more, because there's always an and more label on Google's product listing. And if we just zoom in, and this is where it gets interesting, if we zoom in on the product details for this specific product sold by Nordstrom, we can see product change tracking. And so basically this shows a detailed view into what the product looked like when we tracked it on a specific day. Everything is fairly consistent except for the main seller. And when the main seller changes from Nordstrom to Wayfair, the price suddenly decreases quite a lot. You can also see that truly the same product. The image is all the same. The reviews and the ratings are exactly the same. It's just that changing the seller, if Google selects another seller as the top ranking seller, that will influence the price, because probably Wayfair is offering that product for really cheaply that day. And so that will impact that product's ranking. And so this page shows you in as much detail as you need what's happening to your product. I have another example here that is a little bit more complex, because for this keyword, the espresso machine with grinder built in, I've been tracking this in the US as well, you can see that this search result is much more competitive. In 7 days, we tracked 476 product listings, and you can see that pretty much the entire first page of Google is filled with product listings, product carousels, popular products in stores nearby, all these different carousels that Google is showing on page 1. This search result is filled with them. For example, this product is sold by multiple sellers over time, but we can still connect the dots here because we're using a unique product identifier that we can track across days, across surfaces, even when titles, images, or sellers vary over time. If we scroll down and we have a look at the unique products table, we see the top performing products for the search results for this query. We can see the price ranges, who are the main sellers that we found. We can go to the right here and we can see review scores. We can see what the current title is. But if you want to zoom in into specifically one product and how it changed over time, that's where the product details page is really interesting. This is the product that I want to have a specific look at. So you can see that on the 20th of August, it was sold by Crate & Barrel, but on the 25th of August, it was sold by another seller. And so I just opened the product details report. I selected this Ninja Pro espresso machine. And now what I'm interested in is the product change tracking section, because this tells me where a product ranked and who it was sold by, what the product titles were, how many reviews it had, what the prices were. And it will also tell me what changed over time. This shows you how the title of that product changed. If you are improving your own product data and you have created supplemental feed and you have better product titles for your products, then you can use this report to track how well those improved product titles are included in the search results. If you are dealing with multiple sellers for your products, then you can also track how is the title changing and which seller is ranking number 1 and does that change. This is live as of yesterday. I have a lot more features to build on top of this because this opens up many more opportunities for detailed reports and insights. So anyway, that's it for this video. I'll stop it now before it gets too long. I hope you enjoy it. If you want to poke around and see for yourself, you can create a free account for Productrise, track a bunch of queries, and see what data you can collect. Anyway, hope to see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye-bye.